Order submitted. Order canceled.
Well, market's just making its way lower and lower so far this morning. Making our way back to the lows of the news. Getting through VWAP. Kind of a sad day yesterday. Everything that happened.
Order filled. Stop filled.
pretty unfortunate there. Got faked out on that bear flag. I don't think there's anything really wrong with it, but we had a little push and then we got instantly slapped, and then biggest green candle of the day to stop us out. So that's where that loss came from. I feel like that's all that's been really happening recently is you get like a little wick and then it pushes up. The flags aren't really working. Unless I'm just reading the market wrong. Maybe it's just not a good bear flag. I don't know. Yeah, this whole last week has been pretty terrible for a lot of bear and bull flags. Just been choppy. Just been kind of taking out buyers and sellers, stopping them out. Might lose this account. Trying a different one now, but yeah, somehow I've managed to not catch any wins in the last like couple of days. So just going lower and lower to try into drawdown. Still my other accounts. Still got a bit more drawdown on those, but yeah, this Funny Ticks account only got $143 left. So I might wait till tomorrow, maybe even Monday or Tuesday to take any more trades on it. Wait till after rollover is over. I didn't realize this week was also rollover. That's probably explains a little bit of why it's just been so whack. I had PPI, CPI, and rollover as well. K-Dubs, thanks for liking the stream and coming back. Always a pleasure. Sorry if I seem a bit down today, but kind of a crazy day yesterday for everyone who heard what happened. I didn't know him personally, but watched a lot of his videos, and with you, agree with him or disagree, doesn't really matter. I mean, it's a life that was taken. Just kind of puts a lot of things into perspective. Yeah, let's try and get some money, find some good trades. Yeah, I saw all the videos too on Twitter. It was rough. Kind of just sitting in the middle of this opening range here. Yeah, yes, is taking out the highs. Pretty aggressively too. Pulled up on the screen here. But yeah, yes, all the way up there at the 6,568. Very nice move. Nasdaq struggling, constant back in the range. Kind of how yesterday was. ES was taking out the highs. Nasdaq was struggling to keep up. And then kind of the same thing at the lows as well. ES would then kind of flip and start taking out the lows, and Nasdaq was still kind of struggling to really like make any moves. I mean, I think it might have been you or it might have been someone else, but someone pointed out that like gold was moving crazy. I was like, since when does gold move crazier than the Nasdaq? But I felt like everything was. Like even, yeah, RTY, it's like actually moving in like a trend and like with the direction. But the Nasdaq's just not going. Golf. yeah, gold. But yeah, Nasdaq today and yesterday just not going anywhere. It just kind of like makes a little move down, and then it just kind of chops around in the range. Let's say mark it out. Yeah, we got the high and low of this little move, and it kind of just makes this move, and then it just chops inside of it. Definitely hard to trade. Man, like I showed just a second ago, had this beautiful bear flag here, rejecting out of this bearish for value gap, right? Came up, hit the 9 EMA, came down. We got in to go short, because why wouldn't we? Right? Obviously, we've taken out all these lows, and then we bounced off of nothing and shot straight to the moon. And obviously, we got stopped out, unfortunately.
Order filled.
But got a bull flag here. So I'll see if we can kind of get up there a little bit better. So it's actually kind of working a little bit of surprise after instantly getting wrecked earlier. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Looks like it was short-lived though. Might get stopped out.
Stop filled.
Dang. Maybe could have trailed my stop. Maybe could have. I don't know. It's hard to say, you know, how much I should have targeted there. Right? Had to stop down here. And typically I like to put my target at least 1-to-1, right? I don't like to risk more than I'm going to gain from the trade. But yeah, I just can't really get, again, like down here, it's like get this little kind of break, but we didn't even have enough time to or stop to break even before it just like rejected back up, and then like the next candle, boom, stopped out. Yeah, I don't know if I just need to not go break even on some of these as well. I mean, clearly this one I maybe needed to, but this one, it could still play out, go to my target. Still unfortunate though with the price action again. Even when it finally is like kind of good, kind of goes in my direction, right? Trade kind of plays out. it's pretty short-lived where he gets stopped out. I want to try it again, but wait for the retest after open and got in at 23,915. Oh, nice. So you're way down there. Assuming that was a long, you're in really good shape. Can you help me, please? Maybe. I don't know how helpful I could be, but I'll do my best. Yes, still going to the moon. Going higher and higher. NASDAQ still struggling to get past this area for some reason. Very interesting. Someone said NASDAQ's being so gay lately, and I agree. Can't make any money if we keep getting stopped out at break even, or just stopped out. All these fake moves. I mean, yeah, you know there's a problem when the Russell, right, RTY, is moving more than the NASDAQ. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Again, right here, we got this flag. And we keep kind of wicking up, trying to kind of, almost like an entry, but then we just reject right back down. You got it? Did you read my message? Like a DM? I'd have to check my phone. I'm on my computer right now. Live streaming on a TikTok, so I don't get notifications either for my phone. So if you like DM me on TikTok, then I would have to check. But I'm not seeing it. Unless you're talking about your first message, can you help me? Which I already responded to. I said, I can do my best. I'm not sure how helpful I'll be, but I'll try to answer any questions or help you if I can. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can send me a DM if you want. So I might take maybe a little bit to get to it, since I'm trading and streaming right now, but market's kind of slow right now, so I can probably take a peek.
Order filled.
Well, we got maybe a little greedy here. Let's see. Market's testing this bull flag again. See if we got faked out or not. Looking like it wants to push here, but it's not really moving too much. Okay, there's a little break. See if we can. I don't know, chat. Do we hold this? Do we go break even? I mean, it's failing again. I was kind of wanting to wait for it to take out this high on the 1 minute here before going break even, which I probably still will kind of stick to. But it's just so choppy today. We just go up and then just wick back down. I mean, even my original trade wouldn't have gotten stopped out yet if I didn't go break even. So yeah, kind of hard to say with some of these. Testing up there again and still kind of bouncing back. Well, go break even. Kind of, it might just come back down, right? Might get stopped out, unfortunately, with how choppy it's been. But so far, we're kind of pushing nicely. See if we can take out these highs.
Target filled.
Oh, there we go. Makes me feel a little bit better there. Gets a nice little win. This is NQ. NASDAQ, not the micros. See, I caught one contract there for just over 15 points. Yeah, I did take a look at it. I was just trying to think of trying to think of, well, yeah, how it could help, because if it is like an issue on their end where you're using a password or wrong, or like it's just not letting you sign in, they should. I mean, I'm sorry if the customer service sucks. I don't know. I feel like it shouldn't. I feel like you should be able to get in contact with someone, send them an email, and they should be able to help you. Um, but the thought that I did have, if you're signing into Trade with the same sign-in that you have for Funny Ticks, then that's not the right sign-in. But I'm guessing you might know that. But when you have your account selected, there's like on the right of the dashboard credentials. If you click on that, it gives you your Trade username and password. What again? I'm assuming you probably know that, but if you're new to trading or prop firms, That could be 20 emails is a might be a bit much, but hopefully they get back to you eventually. Could this be a reversal off the key point on the top? Oh, absolutely. We took out the New York high from yesterday, and we've already taken out the overnight highs. That's what this, well, I mean, I guess this blue line here is just the kind of top of this 15-minute opening range. But yeah, we kind of swept the high, and then we're making our way lower, so it definitely could be a reversal of sorts. Or, I mean, so far we're just found some resistance there. If you did sell up there at yesterday's high, it's a pretty good short. But yeah, we'll see if it kind of forms out maybe head and shoulders or some sort of reversal pattern here. Yeah, I'm not sure. Not really sure what to tell you if it just says the username and password are wrong. I mean, I wish I could help more. And again, their customer service should be able to help you out. I'm not sure why they wouldn't or didn't. I don't work for or with them. I just trade their accounts and I have a discount code for them. That's about all I got. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, make sure you check your account dashboard and click on the credentials button over on the right, and just make sure you're putting in the right credentials for your username and password on Trade That was nice. Bear flag kind of playing out here. Didn't take the bear flag just because we didn't really take out these lows yet. We're still a little unsure of the trend here, but pushed up. I mean, pushed down nicely. And now we're kind of taking out these lows, again, kind of the head and shoulders we talked about, as well as just like kind of a simple. No, you're not bothering me at all. I wish I could help more, honestly. I mean, yeah, if their customer service is in Dubai, I mean, what time is it in Dubai right now? Like, Dubai, it's like 6:14 p.m. So I mean, they're still like still definitely awake, but it's like probably after work hours for them. It's like dinner time or even later for depending on when they eat dinner. So that makes it a little rough. Plus, like later in the day, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be like late at night over there, 8 in the morning here. 6:14 p.m. there. Uh, Louis, are you still in the chat? I had another idea that might help you, but if not, no worries. Another little flag played out there, but just a little two candle setup. Kind of hoping for a little bit more of a pullback too, maybe into this fair value gap towards these EMAs. Wouldn't be a bad reversal, but also the shorts are. I mean, again, it's looking like the bearish price action here, looking like it does want to kind of reverse and go down, but I mean, the way we're kind of holding right here, and now, I mean, this green candle as well as we're talking, kind of hard to go short here. Yes, I'm also trying to pass some accounts, get up to pay out, pass this evaluation as well. This price action is just it's not it. I mean, we did kind of get, I mean, dare I say, bear flag here. Very kind of ugly, but we did bounce off these EMAs, fair value gap, and continue this push down. But I mean, if you've been trading the last couple of weeks, you know this, not just today, but like every single day, this price action is just it's not it. It's been pretty rough. Could be because of the rollover coming up. I know my Ninja Trader already tried to auto rollover this morning, but there's still more volume on the previous contract, so haven't rolled over yet. Probably gonna wait till like Monday to do that. It's typically when it's better to roll over the contracts to the December contracts. Might get another flag here, but I didn't make a super big move from the previous one. Looks like we might already miss miss our chance here anyways, but that's okay. Getting close to VWAP too, so definitely don't want to short in a VWAP. Could be dangerous. I think it's gonna tap that for the value gap and bounce back up. If you're talking about this one, it definitely could. I mean, we already bounced it once. Um, Definitely could. I typically don't like. I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I got you. I got you. Um, it definitely could, but I don't know. Typically, I don't just buy or like hope for bounces off for real guys. But this is like a big one. You know, it was a big move down here. We made this move, and if we are going to hold any sort of support to kind of go higher, that's probably where we're going to hold if we don't hold right here where we're already at. So obviously we've got some of these lows here that we're kind of holding, right? This little area that of consolidation and this one too. And right now we are kind of bouncing it. But if we don't bounce there, we definitely could bounce in this gap here, unless we go all the way down to like the lows. Yeah, I personally have a hard time kind of like, oh, like
Order submitted.
put a buy there, hope we bounce. But it does happen. I
Order
mean, it
canceled.
does happen. I did try that for a little while with fair value gaps. It's kind of how I traded for a little minute. I would kind of just like see a fair value gap and then I just put an order at the
Order
bottom of it,
submitted.
maybe even like the middle of it, and then just hope for like a little 10-point bounce. And it did work sometimes. And I think with the right strategy and risk management, you definitely could make some money. But yeah, I just found that didn't really work for me personally
Order
because
canceled.
I don't know, I just didn't figure out like the best system for like which ones to take, which ones not to take. Because obviously this one, right? If you're like, oh yeah, it's gonna bounce, and you put an order there, put a little order here, and then you buy it, boom, it bounced up really nicely. Would have made some money. And then same with this one right here. Even this one, if you took a little drawdown, still would have bounced. This one, nice wick, bounced out of it. But then there's the other side, like this one. I mean, fair value gap, you didn't have the 90 MA there. We bounced a little bit, but then we had this massive red candle. So like, obviously that's part of the game, right? You can't win every trade, even if it is a good strategy. But I think when I was doing it, kind of forward testing and back testing it a little bit, I just found that more often than not, I kind of had this happen. And it might have just been like the wrong stop loss, the wrong strategy. And maybe a mixture as well is just like trading too much because on days like today, chop around a little bit, we don't have the most fair value gaps. But back when the market was a little bit more volatile and actually like moved more, I mean, we had like you'd have like twice the fair value gaps on the way up here, same as on the way down. And we bounced some of them, but not all of them. And I think I just ended up taking like more trades than I should have, which resulted in either kind of sticking around break even or maybe like losing too much, and obviously fees and stuff. I mean, yeah, this fair value gap earlier, I guess we went down quite a bit. So again, it's like, where's your stop on this one? Pretty heavy red candle. Would have stopped a lot of people out, I think. Because if you just have your stop below the fair value gap, or maybe below this low, or maybe you have like a set kind of 20 points or something. If you held through this like drawdown right here, then you would have gotten this bounce, right? Kind of bounced up to here. But, I mean, yeah, it just depends on where you put your stop or how big your stop is. I've still kind of faked out the sellers here. Could be going for some of these highs, finding that support. But we also get some make way down. I usually wait for the breakout of that 15-minute range, then wait for value gap out of the range and see if it gets tested and bounced off. Okay. Okay, so you can wait for a confirmation candle. That definitely makes sense. So something like this, you'd probably wait for like, obviously this is still in the 15-minute range, so you probably haven't taken any trades yet or too many. But I've done a little bit of that. Have found some success with that. Like this, where we had like we wicked into it and then we closed up here, kind of like a hammer trade. And then, oh yeah, these ones do typically they work a little bit better. But it does give you a worse entry, but obviously the confirmation kind of makes up for that. But yeah, no, we're still just in this 15-minute opening range. Like I was saying over here earlier, I think you were here for that, but it's like we made this range and then we made it into here, and I was like, we're probably just gonna sit in here and chop around. But we did end up going kind of testing the highs here, but now we're right back to the middle of this range. So probably a smart thing if you're not taking any trades. That's probably what I should have waited for to kind of break out of the 15-minute opening range. I know a lot of people kind of do that just to play it safe, avoid making some early bad trades when like still in the range, haven't defined a trend yet. So definitely a smart thing to do, respectable. But we did catch one win and a break even, and then I lost on my other accounts, but can't complain too much. Yes, did that, and I definitely had a setup. I was just too late. Ooh, definitely hate to see that or hear that. But yeah, ES is kind of just chilling, like chilling at the highs. Chopped around a little bit, but kind of pushing the highs a little bit more. Yeah, it looks like it did kind of just barely test, kind of around 827, kind of went and tested and kind of closed out of the fair value gap. Now it's pushing up. So I'm guessing that would have been kind of your entry around 827, 28. Looks like we're pushing some of the highs here on the 1 minute. NASDAQ as well. I mean, not the high highs, but just these 1 minute highs here. Taking out this high, this high. But yeah, there is again, some of the reversal steps I look for. They don't happen all the time, but when they do happen, you'll kind of see the steps I take. They're a little bit bigger trades, a little bit bigger moves. They require a little bit of price action to take them, right? Not quite just like a simple test or retest, but something like this, where we kind of are trending down. We take out lows, take out liquidity. Like you could say, like right here, we kind of took out some of this liquidity and then we kind of held it, and then we broke these highs and pushed higher. If we were to come retest these fair value gaps and kind of close out of them, kind of like I think what you look for, I would then hypothetically go long wherever it closes, kind of up here, stop. This is where it's tough. I'd put my stop down here, below the swing low. So again, bigger trade, bigger kind of swing and move. But yeah, stop down here, and then I target somewhere up here for that 1-to-1. Looks like we could test the highs here, though. Hopefully break out of this range. Maybe you can catch a nice little retest trade that you're looking for. All right, there's a little sweep of the highs. So far, holding the highs pretty well here. Kind of nice. See if we can continue to do that though. I'm not a big trend line kind of guy, but if we zoom out here, I'm just looking at like the 5 minute. We do kind of have like this trend line from these two previous highs. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we bounce off that just a little bit, kind of hold this. But then we should also kind of hold this trend, right? I mean, this line could kind of extend all the way down to the bottom of the news right there. I mean, kind of crazy. Again, I don't trade trend lines, but like it's kind of crazy how often it does kind of follow these little trends. I don't know where this line was. I moved it by accident. I'm just gonna delete it for now. But I mean, yeah, people trade it and people, I mean, make some money from it. Kind of holding it right now, but doesn't mean it's gonna obviously. It's not doctrine. It's not gospel, right? It's not gonna just. It doesn't need to bounce off this. Yeah, we'll see if we can break out of this. Still kind of just barely above the 50-minute opening range. Here, we'll extend the line and fix it as well. So yeah, still no fair value gap outside of it. I'm guessing, I'm guessing you'd wait for one to kind of have one to form outside up here. So you probably wouldn't take this one, I'm guessing. I maybe would if it bounced out and then kind of came back above the 50-minute opening range, but yeah, I'm kind of guessing you probably wait for one outside just for that extra bullish confirmation. Okay, so if we react off that, that'd be a good one. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, closing over the line. I gotcha. All right, kind of a little mini bull flag here, but not much of a pullback. I mean, it is breaking out nicely. I mean, that's the idea of the flags, right? You consolidate a little bit after a lot big move like this, and then you take out the wicks, and typically when it does, I mean, we get a nice little shoot up. But again, we like to wait for a little bit better of a pullback, right? Pullback, maybe retest the top of the 15-minute range, maybe bounce off the 9 EMA, because trying to take this bull flag at the top of the range, as well as the top of this like trend line too. It's a bit of a gamble, I would say. And not a good gamble. Still pumping, finally going for the highs. Going higher. Here's this fair value gap you're looking for. Pretty good spot too if you get in it, bounce off this with that line, kind of bounce off the top of the trend line and top of this little high here as well. Could be pretty nice. Pretty nice. Marked out a level from yesterday that's rejecting. Nice. Yeah, I like to keep my eye on some of those things. I mean, I'm guessing, I'm just like looking at my trading view. Yeah, I'm guessing it's kind of those highs from the overnight from yesterday. I mean, we're sitting at it almost exactly right now at the 24,014, no, 15, 24,015. I'm guessing that it's probably that area. But sometimes I don't know, I kind of like, forward test and kind of toy with some of those trades. It's like, oh yeah, like 24,015, just put a sell. Could have made like 8 points somewhere in here, maybe more. Looks like not the best close out of fair value gap. It looks like it kind of wicked through the bottom. It's probably not the best entry for that. All right, still pulling back here a little bit. Another possible flag. If we do test off this 9 EMA, it's probably what I'd be looking for a little bit, especially now that we're outside this 15-minute opening range. Should be pretty solid, pretty good trade. Looks like it might go without me. Might just rip right here. Yeah, kind of hard to take that at the highs without a little bit more of a pullback. Kind of just barcoding as well. I mean, the top of the wicks was bull flagging a little bit with those, the lower highs on all of them. Then we kind of took out the high and pushed. But yeah, kind of didn't really didn't really go down too much, right? Kind of just a little consolidation. Not the best flag, not the best pullback, and hard to take a long here at the highs because I mean, we did get that little break, but it's only a matter of time before we have a candle like this. Just as an example. Don't want to time the top. Our sellers kind of stepping up a little bit. Well, I mean, not really, but we had that nice red candle. And I guess the buyers are just kind of struggling to push back up. If we close before 24,000s, we could be okay. A little slap there. But if we close below the 24,000s, possibly back in the 15-minute range, we could make our way kind of back to the middle of this 15-minute range, maybe even bottom. If we kind of reject back in, could get a nice reversal. Especially that 5-minute. We have the 5-minute candle right now closes in about 2 minutes. And it looks like it kind of wants to possibly close below this bullish fair value gap. Kind of making that inverse fair value gap, which could be a pretty good short. Doesn't always work, but I did pass my last evaluation doing only that on this other account that I have. So I've been liking them. I've been liking those trades. Take out those key levels, right? Like previous highs, overnight highs, and then close below the inverse fair value gap. I guess I could just pull it up here. I have the 5-minute open on another chart so I can see it both. So I don't like to switch them around all the time because I can see it, but I know you guys can't unless you're on my YouTube. If you're on my YouTube, you can see the 5-minute, but TikTok not so much. We're kind of bouncing a little bit now, but yeah, if we do close below the gap right here, close below this line, kind of again right there at the 24,000s in the next 30 seconds, and then we close somewhere down here, and then we go back up, retest it, boom. That's the trade. But within the last 30 seconds, we have kind of bounced out of the fair value gap, so I guess that might not be happening. But that is what I'm keeping my eye out for here for potential reversal. But as I say that, that was a great close out of this 1-minute fair value gap. back out of the 15-minute opening range. Might be a nice trade for you, K-dubs. Yeah, it is kind of chopping around here a little bit though. I mean, yeah, nice wick, but it's still closed red, and then this candle obviously is kind of a doji candle. And we're below the 90 MA. That'd be my hesitation taking that trade. And maybe it's the same for you, but since we kind of just like get some of these dojis, right? Like the low body with the wicks, or small body with the wicks, and we're below the 90 MA, makes it a little hard to go long there. I mean, here's a big little red candle back below the 24,000s. Again, we're at that spot on the 5-minute, kind of what we're looking for. So if we close as is, come back, retest the low of the gap, probably going to go short on one of my accounts. But we still have 3 minutes. Still have 3 minutes to see what happens. See if we close below here. See if we, again, we could bounce this area again. But we are taking out this wick and kind of low here on the 1 minute. So this could just be like a reversal in general, regardless of the 5-minute inverse value gap and everything. We're kind of just making a lower high and a lower low here, right? Liquidity sweep, and then we made a lower high, and then we broke the structure to the downside by taking this out. And now if we come back, retest, bearish for value gap, right? Get a nice close out, nice close, retest out of it. Could be going short, maybe targeting some of these lows down here, somewhere down here. Yeah, we're coming down a lot. I don't know if we're at this point, 2 minutes till the close of the 5-minute candle. We might not make it back up to retest my inverse gap here. But we are going to watch it. We are going to make sure we close below this and hopefully retest into it. But it is just kind of going lower and lower. Might not get the opportunity. But we'll keep an eye out as well for just the 1 minute. See if we get back into this gap here at the 990s. See how we reject out of it. If we do, could be a nice trade. All right, making our way. Might test this here in a second. We have almost a whole minute to see how this candle reacts. Okay, so we did kind of poke through the high there. Oh, a little slap up. We still could kind of close that back down below, but like I say now, I kind of take those reversals. I mean, this is kind of the setup, right? So take out the liquidity at the highs, lower high, and then take out the lows of the low. Or yeah, just take out the low, right? Market structure shift, as some people call it, and then retest the gap. But something like this, it wouldn't be my entry personally. Obviously we didn't close out of it in the first minute. I mean, we still could keep our eye on it and see what we like. I mean, this candle's looking a little bit better. I know some people will kind of continue to look at it, but this is a strategy I traded last year. I kind of stopped just because I was having the best luck with it, and I kind of just wanted to like, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have switched it up, but it just wasn't working for me, so I had to make a little bit of a change. But I still keep an eye out for them. But obviously, something like this, like I don't know, like when you'd get in on this trade. Maybe if you wait for the close. Not like anyone specifically, but like for me, I'm not sure if I would like for this trade. Like, do I wait for the close? Do I get in? I mean, clearly sellers are kind of here, but the way I traded before, which actually got me like $12,000 in payouts from Apex, uh, this candle, this first candle, right? If we poke through the top, I don't like it. But if we don't poke through the top of the gap, and then we close out of it down here somewhere on the first candle, then I like it. Obviously, this will probably still go shorter. And we did close on the 5 minutes below that area we were talking about.
Order submitted.
So I will put my order there on the 5 minute just in case we can make it back up there. I don't know if we will. We might kind of, this 1 minute reversal might kind of go on without me. But yeah, I might try and take one of those 1 minute trades as well, just to kind of show you guys what I'm keeping my eye out for as far as like, again, I'm kind of picky with the 1 minute candles and how they kind of close and react to the gaps. But let's see. I guess kind of as an example, the one earlier, I mean, it's not highlighted anymore. So I'll just like draw like the line. But like if we had like a high over here somewhere that got like, right, we sweep the lows and then we had like the market structure shift right up here and then we come down for the retest. The way this candle wicked into the gap and closed above, I mean that's right there is great. But again, if the wick poked through the bottom, I wouldn't like it as much. But yeah, we wick in, strong close out. Then I take that. So if we did that right here, I probably would be liking it. So the buyers are kind of making their way back up. Back up here to the top of this pullback. I mean, that's kind of what we're hoping for here to get in on this. I'll switch to my other account so you can see where my order is on the 5 minute. Looks like we're about to maybe get in. Kind of just missed it there. See if it tries again. But yeah, I'll switch to the 5 minute. We are kind
Order
of
filled.
holding. Let's see. It's not even that big of a trade. It's only 20 points. But again, the idea of this, we sweep these kind of important levels, important highs, and then we close above this bullish fair value gap, inversing it, and then we closed down here, came back. Now we're currently retesting it, and hope for a nice little bounce out of it. We are holding this other 5 minute gap here though. That's the only thing that's kind of a bit maybe cause for hesitation, right? That we were kind of holding this second one. but I've still seen this play out plenty of times. But today might not be the day. We'll see. Just back to the 1 minute just to kind of see the price action a little bit better. Yeah, I probably could have waited for a little bit of a kind of reaction off of it to see like, I mean, obviously this first green candle didn't react at all. You know, nice green close. So could have waited for a reaction, but I found that even just putting the order there and letting it do its thing, you know, sometimes you lose and that's fine, but also you can kind of take your hands off, right? And just, I got my stop at the highs, so we'll just let it play out, let it stop us out, and then we'll win the next one. Or, I mean, yeah, we'll kind of hold right here and go and take out the lows. Kind of holding up here at just about the 24,000s. Buyer's still looking not too decent, not too bad. ES is kind of making its way back up to the highs. But we'll see what happens. See if we kind of hold this area. We're kind of holding pretty well. Or if we get that break and get stopped out. Oh man, I didn't realize it's already 9 o'clock. Not like super late or anything yet, but oh, I just didn't realize. Could play some games while we wait for this trade to, either stop me out or get a little bit into profit. Because at some point we might go kind of break even or trail my stop a little bit. But until then, we're kind of just waiting, right? Waiting around for something to happen. A little bit of a push there, but bounced off the 9 MA pretty instantly. No, not really feeling any games though. Kind of a, we'll see. We'll see how I'm feeling. Got stopped out at 581, trading options, QQ. It's breaking pattern. Well, that's rough. You always hate to get stopped out. I've never traded options personally, but yeah, I mean trading is trading to some extent, and I mean yeah, you always hate to get stopped out. But the markets that I've been watching recently have definitely not been the not been the easiest to trade. Definitely been kind of breaking patterns and not really following the typical trends and rules that the market. I mean, I say rules, but obviously the market doesn't have any rules. It kind of does what it wants. But I mean, yeah, lots of normal trends that should kind of play out, right? Should make me some money, and then they don't, which is a little bit unfortunate. Still slowly making my way higher. Not looking the best for me, but I'm about to put at 583.9. Got stopped out, trying to get into calls at the moving average 200. Hopefully that works out for you. Hopefully you can make back some of your money. Looking like it kind of wants to break the highs here. We'll see. ES kind of rounding off though. It almost looks like it's kind of ready to go lower. Nasdaq's still kind of at the highs. We just had one red candle up here, but ES has had a couple red candles. We're kind of rounding off. Might be pulling back a little bit more. Delta as well. If anyone's watching Delta's nowhere near the highs. So there's definitely not a lot of buyers stepping up, despite price kind of slowly getting up there. So we'll see if we get unlucky and get stopped out. But I definitely am not. I don't know. I wouldn't be super confident going long here, personally. I mean, still got a ways to kind of get back to my entry for break even, right? And especially my target. But definitely not a lot of buying power and like pressure up here. So, see what happens. Again, might get Nasdaq can be kind of tricky. Even without a lot of buyers, we could definitely just get like a little wick that comes and stops me out, and then the sellers could then come in. I've had that happen several times. I'm sure most of us have if we've been trading long enough, right? You have a nice trade, but then the market just kind of comes and stops you out, and then it sells off completely. Completely. I actually have a TikTok and a YouTube short I posted, just like a little video from my phone. I think it was from like a year ago. It's been like a minute. It wasn't from like maybe just earlier this year. It wasn't recently. But yeah, like I took this trade and it wasn't a bad trade, but I like got stopped out. So I thought, oh, I guess like the buyers are like, I guess we're going higher. And we didn't go higher. We went so far down. Like we just sold off so much. It was the craziest short ever. Like 100 points. I was like, well, shoot, I was right. Like I literally had like the right trade in the right direction, but I just got unlucky because it kind of just like kind of like this. It kind of went up and stopped me out, and then went all the way to the ground. All right, little bit of a pullback here. Still kind of at the CMA. Could be. I mean, for the people that are bullish, right? We kind of got this bull flag here, but I'm kind of hoping it doesn't happen. Just for this trade's sake. The 5 minute though, we have a nice doji candle. I'll switch to the 5 minute for you guys on TikTok. But I mean, yeah, this little wick close back down, doji definitely could be a decent sign of like a reversal, right? You kind of have this bullish move followed by a doji candle. Sometimes it retraces the candle a little bit, kind of halfway up the wick, and kind of like it just did, and then we get a little bit of that push down, a little bit of that little reversal. So hopefully that's kind of what's happening here on the 5 minute. ES starting to flush down. I'm seeing it making its way down. I wouldn't say it's not quite dropping super heavy yet, but we are slowly making our way down. We could pop back up though. Yeah, this could be kind of a bull flag, both on the ES and the Nasdaq. Could pop up, take out the highs. Again, might get unlucky here just with my stop loss and entry. Might be a little early for the reversal, but we had to go for it. Yeah, bull flag looking kind of nice. Kind of playing out here. Still not too late. Still not too late for the sellers. Check the highs, push back low. Not stopped out yet. But definitely not looking the best, unfortunately. But like I said, this one's only like a 20 point move, right? Only risking $430 on this account, which typically last couple of trades I've taken on this account, I've been risking like 800, almost 1,000. This one's definitely a little better on the risk, right? I could have probably gone in 2 contracts if I wanted to be like technically consistent with my risk. But now like 1 contract here is fine, especially kind of like you pointed out earlier with just like all the fair value gaps that was kind of holding up here at the down here on the 5 minute. It's like, yeah, we might get the reversal, but we might kind of just continue going up. It is kind of rejecting the highs there. Again, buyers kind of struggling there. Definitely wouldn't be the most confident if I was a buyer myself. But sellers still just kind of not doing much either. Unfortunately, might be done trading after this trade. Might end the stream a little earlier than normal, but we'll wait till this trade finishes, see how it play out. But I mean, yeah, market's kind of slowing down a little bit. ATR is it's below a 10. It's like a 8.93 right now. See down here, I've got the indicator. If you've been trading Nasdaq long enough, you know if it's below a 10, it's pretty boring. And I mean, like I said, I mean, a trade like this typically would have been like 80 points. but this one's only like 20. It's only 400 bucks. So again, like ACR is pretty low, volatility's dying off. Could pick back up later in the day. And obviously it's still not 10, 10:30, which is when it starts to really die off for that lunchtime hour. But sometimes it does slow down around 9, 9:30 as well. And the fact that it's already below 10, it might just be like not the best day to continue trading too long. So definitely always a good skill to know when to call it a day. Be done trading. I mean, yeah, K-Dubs, if you're still here, don't know if I mean, you may have gotten an entry off this right here. I mean, this nice green candle off this fair value gap, but I was gonna say with this price action and like the volatility going down,
Stop filled.
oh, it got stopped out. Well, it is what it is. Not the worst loss, but a little unfortunate. Yeah, I know this price action. I was gonna say if I was you, probably wouldn't have either. On another day, I might not have for myself, but we did catch a win on one of my accounts, so we'll take that. That price action at the time didn't look bad, so we took the trade, played out. But the first one probably could have been a little bit more patient for. But in hindsight, I mean, it still wasn't like a bad trade. Yeah, I kind of got, I guess, faked out by the sellers and then stopped out, which happens. I mean, again, not every trade works out. I think the biggest problem is like the lack of other trades is another problem. Because even if like there is one trade here that loses, so, like that's unfortunate. But typically you have more opportunities to make back your loss. And we did have one here, but I took on my other account just so I didn't lose too much on the first account. But then since then we haven't really had like any opportunities to make money. But then yeah, we took another trade on the third account. Again, unfortunate loss. It's just not a good day. Price action, not it today. Hasn't been pretty much all week in my opinion, or maybe even last week as well. But yeah, I'll only chat for in general, but also for me tomorrow because I have practice from 9 to 12. Estimation won't trade at all. Dang, unfortunate. Is that like sports practice, I'm guessing? Something like that? Definitely, I mean, well, definitely fun, right? I'm sure you're doing it for a reason, but definitely a little college track and field. Oh, that's sick. That's awesome. Fun, but yeah, unfortunate to miss trading. Trading is also can be fun. Frustrating, but fun. Been trying to catch shorts when it longs and longs when it dumps. Unlucky. Yeah, no, that's the problem with this price action, is we keep faking out the buyers and the sellers. So unfortunately, try to catch the reversal here. Has some decent price action, but I guess yeah, we drew that trend line earlier. I forgot about that. But we held it. Lit Whoops. Guess I should have paid attention to that, right? Got down to this thing, we bounced, and looks like we did kind of break the other one here. Ooh, are you still looking for data lows today? I mean, if we potentially, right? Data lows are getting farther and farther away. If we were to get another reversal setup, we definitely we could make our way down there, right? That would kind of be the theory. And that was the theory earlier, right? We took out the overnight highs, we took out, I guess the data highs were the overnight highs, right? We took those out pretty early on and kind of took them out a little bit later too, as well as the New York high from yesterday. And typically, right, we see a little sweep of those key levels, overnight high, Asia, London, New York, previous highs, we take those out, we sweep, we kind of form that bearish price action, right? Whether it's the 5 minute like I was talking about, or this 1 minute right here. And then we do typically make our way down potentially to those key levels on the other side, like the London low, the Asia low, right? Overnight low, London, New York low from yesterday. So that was kind of the theory. But I mean, if you look at the price action here, I have a bunch of lines. I'll delete them now because they don't really matter. I mean, this could still follow the trend lines, but I don't really look for trades based off trend lines. It's just kind of help visualize what I'm talking about for like the chat and stuff. Because I mean, yeah, we still kind of were holding this trend line here. We broke out of it, and then we're still kind of holding this trend right here. But trend lines aside, you can see. Oh, I guess the trend lines do kind of matter for this because it is kind of like maybe not on the high side, but the low side. I mean, if you look at this price action here, right? We got this low, this high, and then we have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. I mean, the price action inside is pretty messy. I mean, definitely kind of messy inside these moves, and that's where people kind of losing some money. That's where I lost some money. But I mean, this price action it's going up. So definitely could just be going up the rest of the day, potentially. But yeah, it keeps kind of faking out the sellers with some of this internal price action because we kind of take out some of these lows and kind of, again, this was kind of like head and shoulders over here. And then this was a bit of a market structure shift on this 1 minute. But again, if you zoom out, there's definitely like, it's like, oh yeah, this is bullish, right? Obviously, it's just buyers going higher and higher. Sometimes it is good to zoom out, look at the higher time frames, see what the market's doing, because on the 1 minute it can be a little bit more confusing, hard to read. We still could get the reversal today, though. Yes, we definitely could go take out those data lows for sure. But yeah, I might have to call it for my trading. Made some money on one account, so we'll take that win. Lost on my two other accounts. A little unfortunate. Not the best day. But as always, tomorrow, another day, another opportunity. Make money, make back our losses. Yeah, good luck tomorrow. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll do my best. Uh, yeah, sorry you won't be able to make it, but good luck with practice and track and field. That's awesome. What what events do you do? Hurdles. Nice. Uh, I don't know all the spec. Okay, I was gonna say so 60 and 110. Is that like meters? Like 60 meter, 110 meter? I'm not too familiar with all of track and field, but I do know like the basics, right? Like the 100-meter dash, 200, 400, 800, 1600. Um, obviously, yeah, like pole vaulting and stuff. Okay. It's kind of interesting. I didn't know they did like 60 and 110. I guess men still have 42 inches. Dang. That's up there. That's hurdling is impressive. I had some friends who did hurdles and did track and stuff like in high school, and they might still be doing it in college. I don't Haven't kept up with them, but indoor season is 60 and 110. Okay. Gotcha, gotcha. That's pretty cool. I guess it makes sense that it would be a little bit longer, like 60 and 110 instead of 50 and 100. Because typically there's like the 50-meter dash and the 100-meter dash. But I guess the extra 10 meters kind of makes sense with like having the hurdles. But yeah, good luck. That's awesome. I never ran track, but I'd say I was pretty quick. I played soccer in high school, so definitely have some sprinting experience, but not hurdles. Definitely not my thing. I would probably trip and fall very quickly. But I'm sure with some practice, I could figure it out. That'd be a fun sport. Yeah, I'm retired though now. Getting old. Just kidding. I'm not that old. But yeah, after graduating high school, I thought about I don't know, I kind of thought about like playing for college, but high school sports kind of were I wasn't the best. Just the politics. We had some pretty bad coaches. A little unfortunate. And I know college can be better, but obviously with some of the politics, some of the favoritism and those kind of things. And if you don't get a good coach, and I don't know, I like playing sports for fun, so it just became less fun once you got kind of into that levels. But in another life, I definitely would have loved to play some college soccer. Would have been a lot of fun, I'm sure, despite some of the politics and whatnot. It's part of the game, right? It's what happens. You can't really avoid it too much, but yeah, in another life, that would have been a good, fun thing to pursue. But yeah, I'm retired now, even though I'm only 24. Yeah, no, huge deal. Transferred to high school and college because of it. Yeah, that's what I probably should have done, but I guess I just wasn't that committed or dedicated to the sports. I mean, I was like to some extent. Like I loved soccer. Played soccer since I was like 4. I was on my first team when I was 4, and yeah, played all the way until high school. And then I just was like, I was just so sick of like the coach and like some of the teammates. I didn't even really consider switching high schools or transferring, but if I was like wanting to play in college, right, wanting to play professionally, that definitely would have been a smart thing to do. I'm sure. I do know some people that did that. They transferred because they hated the coach, and I think it's probably a good move for them. Yeah, coaching's huge, definitely. But yeah, about 2 hours into the training session. Good day. Thanks again for hanging out and chatting, K-Dubs. Seem like a pretty sick guy. Good luck with your practice tomorrow and any other track and field things coming up. For anyone else watching, I'll be back tomorrow for the market open. Glad you enjoy the streams. Appreciate the support. Encourages me to keep doing it. Kind of just a little side thing right now, right? I've already been trading for a while, like 2 years, but it's like, I might as well stream it, see if people enjoy the vibe like you are, or maybe try and learn something. But even if you're not trying to learn something, right, just kind of come hang out. And kind of like we were doing earlier, just like sharing your strategy, kind of talking about, sharing my strategy. Like I'm not trying to teach you how to trade. I mean, I'm happy to answer questions, but yeah, nice vibe, chill. That's kind of the goal. So glad you enjoy. Glad my my goal is working. Obviously, I got my YouTube as well, if that's easier. I know some people like TikTok, and that's a good way to kind of find people to, or help people find my stream. But I'm also on YouTube, BangerTrades. If you prefer watching on YouTube, I do have, I'm live there as well. Got a couple viewers, a couple people are chatting. Not as much as you though, but yeah, trying to grow the channel. Um, yeah, the support helps keep me motivated to keep doing it. So glad you enjoy and appreciate it. Yeah, thanks for everyone tuning in. Subscribe if you wanna see my next streams or videos, and yeah, I'll be back tomorrow, and hopefully the price action is a little bit better. That's what we're hoping for. All right, peace out, man. See ya. See you Monday, and I'll see the rest of you hopefully Friday. Yeah, have a good rest of your day. Thanks for tuning into the stream. See ya.